What's up, everybody? Welcome to my corrupted Gauntlet guide. It's a guide that is designed specifically for a tier 2 prep and consistent kills rather than a very quick time. I'm going to start with walking you through a little bit of the basics, and then we're going to go into a full detailed walkthrough run. So first things first, this is the map. You always start in either one of these 4 rooms. What you're going to do is you're going to walk kind of in a circle from your starting room. So you're going to go either left or right, like through the sides, and then make a little circle. And then we're going to peek all the outer rooms. So in either of the 4 sides in the middle 3 rooms, in those 12 rooms, that's where the demi-bosses can be. There's a total of 6 demi-bosses per run. And those are the ones that we need to kill in order to make the perfected weapons. Also, in either of the 7 rooms, like in any of the 7 rooms surrounding Hunlev, excluding the starter room, is a room with 3 spots of fish, which is going to come in useful later. As you can see, I marked the tile for the cooking range, and I marked the tile for the sustainable, for the builds, just so I wouldn't get confused. I also would strongly recommend to enable the Gauntlet plugin. You can see it up here on the screen, as well as the Truth Tile plugin for your own Truth Tile, which is this little blue dot you can see, like the blue tile, so you can see what your actual Truth Tile is. And then lastly, you'll see 8 marked tiles here. They're all like 2 tiles away from the doors, from each of the 4 doors. So the way Hunlev works is he has 3 phases. So phase 1 is his first 1/3 of his HP, so from 1000 up until like 666. The second third of his HP from 666 to 333 is phase 2. And the last 333 HP is phase 3. He's going to start with 2 tornadoes, and then every phase he's going to increase the amount of tornadoes by 1. Then we have 2, 3, and 4 tornadoes. And there's also a floor pattern, which we'll see when we actually go in for the fight. And the floor pattern changes based on what phase he's in. So in phase 3, which is generally considered as the hardest phase because there's the most tornadoes, you can stand on either of these 8 tiles and you're never in the lava. So that's it for the quick introduction. We're going to go out now, and then we're going to go back in for a full walkthrough. So as you can see in my top left of my screen, I have the resource tracker, which is also one of the plugins that you've seen just now. For me, like tier 2 prep, that's what I just put in there, so I don't have to count in my head what I need and what I've got left, but I can just look in the top of my screen and see what resources I still need. So we're going to start to the side. Immediately see we see 3 of the smaller minions. This one. The smaller minions, we only kill them until we get the weapon frame. So they all have a chance to drop a weapon frame. It's the bat, the spider, and the rat. The third one is always guaranteed to drop us the weapon frame. We've got wolves, scorpions, and unicorns. Those are the tier 2 bosses, tier 2 monsters, which just drop a lot of shards. So in case we don't get a lot of shards early on, that's what we're going to kill to up the amount of shards. And as you can see, we're just peeking into the outer rooms, see if there's a demi, which there are none of right now, unfortunately. But it's going to be fine. Ideally, we want at least 3 of every resource. There's a demi-boss. Not the one we want. We're still going to kill him. I'll show you why in a second. Ideally, you want 3 of each resource and 200 shards in your first circle, in your first run, just so you can at least... Grim, just so we can at least make like full tier 1 armor. But as you see right now, we can only make the staff. We're gonna make 3 vials. I'm gonna drop this. We need a lot of inventory space for the remaining 15 resources we need. Usually you get a little bit more resources in your first run, so you can make a little bit of armor already, and then we can actually go out and catch some fish already. We cannot do that now, unfortunately, because we need the inventory space for the resources. So my ideal setup is a crystal halberd and a crystal bow. Crystal staff and a crystal bow. For me, it's the lowest of like the best DPS, the lowest DTK. And in addition to that, I feel like Halberd is also the hardest to kill Hunlef with, because you need perfect positioning all throughout the fight. But we can still pick up the spike, and then we can just turn it into 80 shards, which helps us a lot. We can already make the potions we need. This is getting ridiculous. And since we don't need any grinding anymore, we can just drop the pestle and mortar. So the demi-bosses can be like the third room from the side or the fourth room from the side. So we've just had from the corners. So we just had the first two rooms from the corner. And we know that this has the potential to be a demi-boss. There is a total of 6 demi-bosses per run, and there is 12 potential rooms for the demi-bosses to be in. So there's a 50% chance you'll find a demi-boss. And then we're just gonna kill those. So normally in the second run by now I would have had all the resources. So I can just go look for the demis and then teleport back with the crystal teleport. Crystal, corrupted teleport crystal. But now we still need 7 of the bark as well. So we're gonna explore a little bit more rooms. See if we can potentially find the bark somewhere. This is the last demi-boss we need, so that is nice. And now we just go look for the remaining. You have a win frame too many. Now we can just go look for the remaining 7 bark. We don't need to kill any of the monsters anymore because we only need 7 more shards. You can get shards from collecting resources. Now, if it turns out to be that ultimately we don't have enough shards, it's easiest to kill one of the tier 1 monsters because they can drop any amount up till 30 shards. But they'll at least drop like 10. So killing any one of those is enough. But as you see here, just got the shards we need. So now we teleport back. As I said, in any of the rooms surrounding Hunlef, there's the potential to be a room with 3 spots of water. So you upgrade the weapons to perfected. Tier 1 armor. Let's equip it real quick. And 2 armor. Oh, and I see now I have 50 shards, so I can make a teleport crystal because they're 40. Which makes it easier for me to teleport back to the starting room. Cook the fish in. I've noticed there's a lot of fish here. You can just walk back there. There's no real kind of rule that you need to follow for the fish. If you don't find any rooms with a lot of fish during your run, just scout the rooms surrounding Hunlef. If you already know where the fish is, you can just go there easily. Especially if you have a teleport crystal, which can also be dropped by any of the monsters. If you have 40 or more spare shards, just pick it up and use that to teleport back. I think it's the easiest way. I always try and go in with about 20 fish, just so I can make it easy on myself. It allows for mistakes. Tier 2 prep and 20 fish allows for a lot of mistakes. I make 3 potions. I don't have to sweat a lot during the actual fight. So ideally, we want Hunlef to be in the corners, 1 or 2 tiles from the edges. So we're just gonna wait for him to get there, which he is right now. This allows us to have a lot of space surrounding Hunlef. So we have no issues, especially in P3, no issues with running, because we can use all of these tiles as well. You'll see that in a second. After every 4 attacks Hunlef does, he changes his attack style from mage to range, range to mage. It always starts off with range. And after every 6 of our attacks, he's going to change his defensive prayer. Now, if you feel like you're struggling with taking a lot of damage, it is a good idea to pray Steel Skin, because it just improves your defense by 10%. So that is a very good upgrade. I always like to try and walk in long lines so I don't have to click a lot, because it makes it a bit more fluid and it allows for me to run a lot more without actually having to pay a lot of attention. And then I like to eat and drink, in this case, during the run. And if you get comfortable, you can start attacking and lift as well while you're running. It's also a good idea to never click in a straight line. Let's say you want to go this way. Always click either one of the tiles adjacent to the line you're in. That way you can just kind of keep walking back and forth without the tornadoes actually hitting you. I do like to keep high prayer, just so I never accidentally run out of prayer, because Unlift can hit hard if you're not praying correctly. So now you see, I click not in a straight line, click not in a straight line again. And then I pay a little bit of attention to the tiles, to the tornadoes. I've put on the true tile of the tornadoes, which was in the plugin that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So I always know where the tornadoes are actually at that moment, and I'm not guessing. So now again, I click not in a straight line. I click not in a straight line again, because I know the tornadoes are hunting me. I just keep running, eating up. And then whenever you get comfortable with this, whenever you get comfortable with running from the tornadoes and everything, you can also start attacking in those phases a little bit more. But as a starter, I would say just trying to heal up during those phases, trying to eat, and then you should be fine. This is where we get into P3. So you're going to see the floor's lava is never going to be on the tiles we're on, which is great. Now we're also going to count the attacks Unlift does, because it makes it a little bit easier for us to know when we need to change our prayer. He's never going to start his tornado sequence on the 4th attack of the cycle. So we're just going to count. This is 1. Number 2. That's number 3. So we know it's not going to be the 4th one. 4, he changes. First attack. Second attack. Third attack. He's being generous. 4th attack. First attack. So we know after 3 attacks now he's going to change his offensive style. So that's 3. And that's 4. And then we can already anticipate on it. And it makes it easy. You have to figure out kind of your preferred camera position. Just try and see whatever works best. So we keep playing Steel Skin. And that's it. That's a corrupted Hunlift kill with a tier 2 prep. This will allow you to be very consistent in your kills. And then I've put the performance tracker plugin on here, just to give you a little bit of extra information. Ideally, you want to have 0 tornado hits, 0 stumps, and 0 floor tile hits. And then you want to try and maximize your used ticks as much as possible. I generally average around 92%, but anywhere up above 90 is really, really good. So that gives me a little something to play with. So this was a corrupted Hunlift run. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with your grind, and good luck on the BOFA.